Bluey animation mistakes you didn't notice. The animators of Bluey don't want you to know this, but they are not perfect and make mistakes in almost every season of your favorite show. Think of missing limbs, mismatched colors, and even missing clothes. We dug into some of the funniest errors that snuck into your favorite episodes. How many of these did you notice? Stay tuned. The first mistake was so sneaky. I don't know how I found it. Yes, that's right. We might have an animation error in our favorite series. Either that, or the animators made a terrible mistake with the character Socks. She is seen in an episode with her stripes complete as a baby, but then, poof, they're completely gone by the time she grows. But maybe the creators forgot to include the details. But that error is not as hilarious as Bandit's missing legs. In the episode Hotel, the animators forgot to draw Bandit's legs. Just take a look at this scene. Bandit has to get off the bed, but when he does, his feet don't appear at the edge of the bed. Maybe Bandit gained a new superpower, or the animators were just kidding. Either way, this is hilarious. Did you catch it? I bet you didn't, just like I bet you didn't see our third slip-up, except you are a super detective like us.
All right, kid, I gotta get back to making the bed.
No, Dad, wait! Don't stop! You have to keep playing!
In the 5th episode of Season 3, Omelette, the curtains in the kitchen change length in the middle of a scene. One moment, they are short, and the next, they're long again. Now, that is so unnatural and eerie. Or maybe the healer's got a magic curtain. Now I want one. Is it for sale? I think I might need a couple. And we will not leave you hanging like the animators did to Muffin's eyebrows. Oh, you missed this next one? Aha. Well, I will let you in on the scoop. In the episode where Bingo is in the hospital, the whole family tries to cheer her up by making a motivational video. Well, in the final scene of that video, everyone gathers to wave goodbye, which is so sweet. But at the edge of the video, we see something hilarious. A muffin with a chef hat. But that's not the funny part. Somehow the hat slips and covers her eyes. But that is still not the funny part. Looking closely, you will notice that her eyebrows somehow float above the hat. They forgot to edit out the eyebrows. In the episode Dragon, our favorite animated mother does something she loves so much. Spend time with her kids. They all sit around a table and draw pretty pictures with Chile. Here, we learn something interesting that you probably never knew about Chile. Did you know she is left-handed? Don't worry, I didn't know either until I noticed this episode. Chile drew all her pictures with her left hand. But when she got tired, Chile began to massage her right hand. The animators must have forgotten she hadn't used that hand at all. I feel sorry for that poor, overused left hand. In the episode Butterflies, there is a moment where Bingo's tail looks weirdly different. It doesn't look like his tail at all. It even looks like it belongs to a different character. But this is not the only time the animators have mixed body parts up. Now, don't get me wrong. I love the animators of Bluey, but with all the clues they hide in Bluey for us to find, I am glad we can make fun of them too. Sorry, not sorry, and as I know you will agree, finding these mistakes has become one of Bluey's best fan activities. I mean, how could they mix Chile's colors up? In the episode Tina, Bandit and Chile pretend they are putting Tina in a truck. That expensive joke aside, if you pause the video and zoom in, you will notice that Chile's deep brown fur has suddenly overlapped the lighter fur. Some fans even said they made her look deformed, like she had a terrible eye issue. This mistake is easy to catch, but in the episode Stumpfest, the slip-up happens so fast that if you blink, you might miss it. In this episode, there is a scene where Bandit is wearing his collar, but then suddenly the collar is gone. It just disappears into thin air. It was almost like it was never there. Whoa, there are just too many phantom objects in this series. Or do you think the animators forgot to draw it back in? Yup, I think so too. Working on an animation is a lot of work. We will give them that. Even with the amount of work involved, the animators of Bluey still delivered an unforgettable series complete with hidden clues and creative backstories. We also particularly love the many characters and how sweet they are to each other. But this leads us to the next mistake on our list. In the cricket episode, Rusty and Jack hang out after school. They are two good friends, and they often play together. Rusty's mother finally arrives to pick him up, and the sweet pup runs to hug his mother. But he fails. Even though you can see him standing beside his mother, if you zoom in, you will notice his wide arms are hugging the air. Now that is a funny one. In the episode Mums and Dads, Bluey and Bingo play pretend and even adopt new names.
Make sure you pick up some beans for dinner, Rita. What was that, Janet?
While they play, one of the toys in the background magically moves between frames without anyone touching it. I would have frozen on the spot, but the healer pups didn't seem to mind. Do you know one more thing I love about Bluey? The pictures. Some of the picture frames we have discovered on the walls of the healer home have taught us so much about them. This leads us to the next mistake. Many fans love the picture of the tennis ball on the beach. Well, maybe the animators loved it so much too, because in a particular episode, there were 2 of them. In this episode, Bandit tells the girls he will take them for ice cream, but they must get him there first. He was pretending to be a ragdoll who had to be moved.
Oh, just one thing.
Huh?
Boop. Ragdoll!
Oh no, not Ragdoll.
The smart girls drag him along, but when they get to the stairs, they allow gravity to take him down the stairs. As he goes down, we see our favorite picture, but then we see it again as he keeps rolling. That was a mistake! This furniture mistake reminds me of another one I caught. Do you remember when our favorite girls still shared a room? Well, their beds were labeled. Bluey's bed was labeled with the capital letter B, but Bingo's was labeled with a small letter b. But in the episode Zoo, the animators mixed it up. Bingo's bed carries the capital letter B in one very brief scene. But when Bluey appears at the window to call Bingo from the bed, the label has been changed back to the small letter B. If you caught that mistake, you belong on this channel. So tap the subscribe button, otherwise you'll get grease on your favorite clothes. The next mistake is one mistake I pray happens to me every day. In the 3rd season and 4th episode, Bingo is holding an ice cream cone, but when the camera cuts back to her, there are suddenly 2 ice cream cones in her hands. I need that superpower as soon as possible. Or is it only available to dogs? Or did Bingo secretly get a refill? I need answers. And now, the one slip up. Even we missed it. And if we did, we know you did too. But all thanks to Jimmy Wangel for spotting this. What mistake was that? In the 12th episode of the 1st season, Bob Bilby, Uncle Stripe's fur mysteriously changes color. All right, detectives, look closely at this scene if you don't believe me. Everything looks normal, right? Bluey, Bingo, Bandit, everyone is having fun. But wait, look behind them. Stripe's color is different. Did he magically change fur? Did the animators forget to color him properly? It is a small detail, but you can't unsee it once you see it. Instead of his usual blue and brown pattern, he has a darker shade for a few frames. It is almost like he went through an Instagram filter midway through the episode. Which one did you spot too? Or did you miss all of them? Oh, wait, you have an even better mistake that we missed? Let us know in the comments. And don't make the terrible mistake of not watching our next video, or your Instagram filters will stop working.